Evan, you spent a lot of last night watching these wind reports come out of the mountains.
Yeah, it is really addicting, especially for someone that loves covering these events. I stayed up way too late considering the exam I had to take this morning. Constantly refreshing that page, waiting for the first 100-mile-an-hour gust to come in. I was expecting wind gusts of somewhere in the neighborhood of greater than 105 miles an hour atop Grandfather Mountain. But much to my surprise and joy, this morning when I woke up, they had recorded 121.3-mile-an-hour gust at 4 a.m. last night. I've done research in the past, which I was trying to pull some of that together to screen share, but I haven't updated it in the last 6 months, so it's a little bit inaccurate. But in the past, the strongest wind gust recorded there was 120.1, and that was recorded back in December of 2012. So last night's wind gust will take the place of that as the new number one. So North Carolina possibly has a new non-thunderstorm, non-hurricane wind gust record. I would assume that's the case. Obviously, I'm not the climatologist, and I don't have access to every single station in the entire state, but Grandfather Mountain tends to be the windiest. So it was definitely anomalous and quite the spectacular event.
Evan, I would think, looking at it, that might come in like second for a non-storm event behind Mount Washington. I don't, for the East Coast at least.
Definitely, in terms of location, I don't know about Mount Washington has obviously recorded some very serious wind gusts in the neighborhood of 148, 130. But in terms of locations, this is definitely the windiest spot and on the East Coast right after Mount Washington.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but because I'm just thinking off the top of my head, that's about Category 3 hurricane force winds, right?
Yep. If that was sustained, that'd be Category 3. And they recorded sustained winds of 98 miles an hour last night, which is Category 2. And that's the highest sustained wind ever recorded there as well by a large margin, 4 or 5 miles an hour.